Hello everyone and welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is Who is Coming Towards You in Love? We have 4 piles to choose from. I suggest selecting the pile based on the pile marker that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose pile 4, the Knight of Swords, because the person on this card has a peach on their head, and I was born in the state of Georgia, so whenever people ask me like where I'm from, I say I'm a Georgia peach. So I will put the timestamps in the description down below, so feel free to pause the video now to select your pile, and let's get started. If you selected pile 1, the Knight of Pentacles, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the 5 of Pentacles, Strength, the Queen of Wands, Temperance, and the Page of Cups. For your archetype cards, we got Rebel and Don Juan. All right, my pile 1, so who is coming towards you in love? Well, this person is being represented by this Strength card in particular. So they could be a Leo or have a prominent Leo placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Other signs that I'm getting here are Libra, Aries or Sagittarius, and Virgo, but most strongly Leo here. So with the 5 of Pentacles starting off your spread, I'm getting that you feel a significant lack when it comes to your love life. You kind of have a lack mindset or a scarcity mindset, that there's not going to be someone out there for you. There's not someone who wants you in the same way that you want them. There's not someone who's going to give you the kind of reciprocal relationship that you are looking for. And I think for a lot of you, you may have, especially in the past, in your previous relationships, had some codependency issues where it was very easy for you to lose yourself in the situation because you were trying to impress the other person. I think a lot of you kind of have this limiting belief that if you try harder or if you do everything for another person, then it will make them treat you better or respect you more. But at the end of the day, you overexerting yourself is not going to make someone change their behavioral pattern. Only they can do that. And so I think having people in your past maybe where you were trying so hard to make everything work romantically and then not having it work has made you feel maybe like you are not good enough to have the kind of romantic relationship that you want, or that there is not someone out there who will give you the kind of romantic relationship that you want. And that's why this person that's coming in for you with the Strength card here is really helping you to overcome those self-limiting beliefs. Because as I said, Strength is a card that can be representative of Leo, and Leo is a card that, or a zodiac sign, that really has a lot of confidence in the self. This is someone who's brave and can kind of see where their self-limiting beliefs are and use those as lessons to grow. And so I think that this person that's coming in for you romantically is really going to be a catalyst for you to kind of heal this part of you that feels like, you know, it's love isn't there for me, or I'm not good enough for love, or no one will ever love me. I think they will really encourage you to heal this belief within yourself, and not just by putting all of your faith and trust in them. There's a really big emphasis on them increasing your confidence alone, because again, we don't want to go back to the codependency issue where we allow ourselves, our vision of ourselves, to be impacted by how someone else is treating us. So that's really what the last 3 cards here are representing to me, this Queen of Wands, then Temperance, and the Page of Cups, because Temperance is a card about finding the balance in the middle ground. And so when it's between this Queen of Wands and this Page of Cups, I think this is how this person really, their resilience and their confidence and their belief in you and their attraction to you really allows you to kind of find the balance between these two different sides. And the Queen of Wands is someone who is very independent, very charismatic, is in control of their own sexuality, their own desires, and has a life of their own. So you're still maintaining a level of independence, but it's a very confident level of independence. You become so much more secure in who you are, because I think this person that comes into your life really allows you to examine all of these wonderful qualities that you have that make you someone who is attractive to be around. And then the other side here is this Page of Cups, which is one of my favorite cards to get in any tarot spread, because it's this really sweet romantic energy. And it has a certain innocence to it. It feels like puppy love, first love, So this person really helps you find this balance between feeling independent, feeling like you can be all of these things on your own, really liking who you are and seeing the worth in yourself. And then also, wanting to be with this person, but not wanting to be with them so much that you are sacrificing other parts of yourself. And that is how this person wants it, because this person really does believe in like hyping up their partners. Their love language might be like words of affirmation. And with the pile marker that you selected being the Knight of Pentacles here, I do think that this relationship will last for a while, because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the tarot. This person really takes their time and they like to invest, and they really work hard at relationships. So I think that you two will grow a lot together, and in particular, this person will really heal a lot of these wounds. And as I said, the scarcity mindset that you have when it comes to your own worth in love, and also your outlook on romantic relationships. So what else about this person? For your first archetype card, we got Rebel, which says challenges authority to affect social chains and rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. So as I said, this person has a lot of confidence, and they really prioritize themselves, and they want you to too, and not in a selfish way, but they are not going to follow someone else's rules or guidelines for how their life is going to be. And I think that is what really inspires you. They might have like a bad boy or bad girl look, like stereotypically, James Dean, or I don't know who's a good example of a bad girl, but I'm sure you can be, or a bad non-binary person. But this person definitely, I think, is a little bit of a rule breaker. And maybe that's something that you're not really used to, because I think for a lot of you, because you've tried so hard in the past to kind of please the other person in romantic relationships, you might kind of have that pattern in other areas of your life where you really try to abide by these social rules or these societal rules, or really do everything that you can to like impress other people. And this person lets you know that you don't have to live your life as a means of like impressing other people. You can live for yourself. And I think you have so much more fun with this person, because I think Strength and the Queen of Wands here as two different people is a very compatible couple, and it's so fun. And there's also a lot of like physical chemistry here, and that's represented also in the second archetype card, this Don Juan, which is kind of like Playboy vibes, but this person's not sleazy. They just have like a lot of riz. This person has a lot of charisma. This card says it spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So again, this person does make you feel very like attractive. This person makes you feel sexy. You have a lot of physical attraction with this person. They could be a really good dancer, and maybe that's one of the things you do together. But as I said, this person really brings out a new level of confidence in yourself. And also, I just heard, looking at this card, the song Dangerous Woman by Ariana Grande. Something about you makes me feel like a dangerous woman. So, this person really makes you feel like more seductive, more dangerous. They make you feel like you have kind of like a hidden secret. Like this person just makes you feel very electric in a way that you haven't really in past relationships, because you've been stuck in this mode of almost like begging someone to want you, when you don't have to beg this person. They're just so attracted to you. And I think they remind you over and over again how amazing you are. And then you start to really believe it yourself. And so I think this person that's coming in for you is going to be a really positive change, and they will really turn around your mindset when it comes to love. So thank you, my pile ones. That is it for your reading. Thank you again for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 2, the Knight of Cups, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the 3 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, the Lovers, the 2 of Swords, and Judgment. For your archetype cards, we got Beggar and Femme Fatale. All right, my pile 2. So who is coming towards you in love? I'll go ahead and start off with the zodiac signs that I'm picking up on here. So we have Gemini, Scorpio, and Pisces represented. So this person could be a Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces, or have a prominent Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And we start off the spread here with this 3 of Wands. And immediately what I'm hearing for this pile is that I think this person lives at a little bit of a distance from you. Maybe nothing crazy, but maybe you went on like a weekend trip to a town or city that's kind of adjacent to where you are. Maybe it's like an hour or something away. And that's how you meet this person. Because it does feel like there's a little bit of a physical distance here. And for some of you, this distance is more metaphorical. Like maybe you have a very busy job, and so it's very difficult for you to see this person. But either way, there is some kind of distance that is maybe keeping you separated. Or maybe this person has a really busy job where it's kind of difficult for you to find time that overlaps where you can see each other. And that does make this relationship or your attraction to this person a little bit difficult, because the next card here is the 7 of Wands, which is a card about feeling like there's a lot of obstacles, but it's nothing that you can't handle. The person who is typically depicted in the 7 of Wands is always, comes out on top. So it's not that it's, a dire situation. It's not that it's unworkable, but it is a little bit frustrating if you can only see each other like on the weekends or twice a month or something. And that's really compounded by the fact that I think you really will really like this person, maybe even fall in love with them, especially with the Lovers here, which can indicate like a soulmate card. Obviously the Lovers is all about love. It's about compassion. It's about duality and kind of seeing yourself reflected in another person, feeling like you're two parts of a whole. And but it can also be a card about decisions, and especially with the 2 of Swords after this, I feel like there is a decision that you would have to make here between the Lovers and Judgment. And Judgment here can represent what we think our life calling is. So as I said, maybe you live at a distance. Maybe you feel like this is the city that I'm supposed to be in. This is the life that I want to have. I have all my friends here. I have family here. I have my career that I really value here, or I'm going to school here and that's really important to me. And I don't want to sacrifice that to like be closer to this person, or I don't want to, sacrifice, like get a different job where I can see them more, because I really do feel such a strong calling to this thing that is maybe pulling me away from them, or vice versa, where this person has, maybe a job that keeps them really busy, or they're living away and they're like, well, I really like you, but I don't know if I'm ready to give up all of these other aspects of my life in order to make this relationship easier. And I don't think that you have to choose necessarily, because as I said, you can continue being, at a physical or metaphorical distance and still see each other, but I think it would be a little bit grating. And I think eventually when it comes down to it, something will have to give, and that's really on you. But I do see you as a very compatible couple, and it's really up to you to decide which one is more important to you, to maintain this thing that you've worked for, that you feel like is your life calling, or to kind of sacrifice that and get rid of that level of stability in order to be closer to this person who you also can find stability with, don't get me wrong, but it does feel like that's the big lesson of this relationship is, what are you willing to sacrifice or not sacrifice for love? And as I said, I don't think that this is like a toxic relationship. I think it's just more of, this is the circumstances of, if you want it to work or if you want it to last forever, what are you willing to do? And with the Knight of Cups as a pile marker here, I do think that this person is extremely romantic. They could call you honey as one of their like pet names for you. But the Knight of Cups is definitely the most romantic knight in the tarot. This is the kind of person who shows up on your doorstep with flowers, who just buys you like bouquets because they're thinking of you, or picks up something on the way home because they know that you would like it. Like, this is the kind of person who texts you things throughout the day that remind them of you. And so I think this is the reason why you are so attracted to this person, why you would consider giving up maybe part of your life in order to be closer to them and start a new life with them. Because I do think for a lot of people in this pile, you are already very independent. And that's one of the things that this person admires about you. So I don't think that even this person is asking you to sacrifice that, because they never want to. Oh, I just heard the song Hello, It's Me by Todd Rundgren. There's a lyric in it. It's important to me that you know you are free, because I never want to make you change for me. And this person really admires that you have freedom and you have your own ambition and your own desires, and you've created this life for yourself. And they don't want you to change just for them. They would never ask you to, but they would be very flattered if you did. And that's also coming through in the archetype cards that we have here, because the first one is Beggar, which says confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens a spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. And then the second one is Femme Fatale, which says highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. So both of these cards have a kind of take on dependency, but in different directions. And I don't really think that this is a codependent relationship, because, as I said, I do see the people who are viewing this pile, who selected this pile, as being very independent already. I don't think that you would normally sacrifice or like lose yourself in a relationship, because I feel like if you have in the past, you've kind of grown past that. And I think this person sees that. But I think that this person is maybe more emotionally tied to you than you are. Or at least they kind of express it more than you do. I think they're all in almost immediately, although they may not, come out and say that because they don't want to like turn you off. But I do think that they would love if you would, be closer to them and they could spend more time with you. But they are not going to ask you to do that. They would rather you want to do that on your own because you miss them, or you want to help them, or you want to be near them. But they do see you as this femme fatale figure, who is someone who is very seductive, but also doesn't necessarily need another person. They would be fine, having a tryst and leaving. And so I think this person, as I said, feels a little more emotionally insecure in this relationship than you do. And because of that, I don't think that they will ask you to change anything. It's really on you to decide if you are willing to sacrifice something for this relationship. But I do think that the relationship would be good for you. But I also don't think that relationships are more important than any other aspect of our life. So that is it for your reading, my pile twos. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care. If you selected pile 3, the Knight of Wands, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Hanged Man, the Six of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. For your archetype cards, we got King and Hedonist. All right, my pile threes. So who is coming towards you in love? I have to say, I think this is my favorite pile. This is very cute. So we start off your spread here with the Hanged Man, and immediately what I'm hearing is that for a lot of you, you have been kind of dissatisfied in your love life for a while. So it's not that it's been bad necessarily. I just feel like a lot of you have been single for a long time, or no one's really like piqued your interest at all. So you're kind of in this limbo where maybe you crave a relationship or you wish you had someone to have a crush on, but you don't, and it's fine, but also it can get pretty boring if you don't have that. Sometimes you do get lonely, but I think that for most of the people in this you are pretty fine alone. But we transition from this hangman, this feeling of limbo, of being stuck, of having to wait for something to come to fruition, with this Six of Swords, which is a card about transition. So we go from the hangman to the Knight of Cups. So you go from being alone and maybe slightly uncomfortable to this Knight of Cups figure coming into your life. So this is the person that's coming towards you in love. And the signs that I'm picking up for this are Pisces very strongly, and to a lesser extent Sagittarius and Scorpio, but most likely a Pisces here, or someone who has that Pisces, Sagittarius, or Scorpio placement in their natal chart, so Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But the Knight of Cups, first of all, they could be younger than you. I don't think extremely younger, but they could be, like a year younger than you. And I'm getting that this person is extremely romantic. They're like a very sensual person. That's really like reiterated throughout this entire pile, is that this person really values like physical touch and, nice textures. Like they probably dress really well. They love to wear really like nice clothing material. Like they love like a good leather, like a cashmere or something. And they really love good food, so they'll probably take you to nice restaurants. They love like a good glass of wine. They're very much interested in like physical pleasure, but not in a way where it's self-indulgent or not mindful of what other people need. So it's not that this person is just like only doing things that feel good to them all the time, but also they really prioritize making their life feel good. And I think that's something that they will also bring to you when you come into union with this person. They're definitely the type to like write you a love letter or a poem. I feel like they probably read a lot because this person does have a big imagination. And I think also because of that, they're really good at coming up with date ideas. And so I think for a lot of you, you're very glad that you did not have someone kind of disrupt this time frame when you were kind of reflecting on what you want out of love, and you were single and kind of thinking, what kind of person would I accept in my life? Because this person really kind of checks all of those boxes for you of the kind of partner that maybe you've wished for. And because of that, we have next this Nine of Pentacles, which is a card that is about luxury, which really goes with everything. I feel like this person really wants to spoil you. They really like the finer things in life. They want to take you on a nice vacation and nice restaurants. They want to get you nice gifts. Maybe their love language is gift giving. But Nine of Pentacles is also a card about investing. And because it's Pentacles, there's a level of stability here. So I do think you do stay with this person for a long time. And you grow together a lot. And throughout the years, they just become better and better because they go from the Knight to this King of Cups, which is someone who is super emotionally intelligent, patient, and I think really understands you on like an intuitive, emotional level. And so it's one of those things where, I think for some of you, you might worry that because this person's so amazing, it can't last or it will fade out. But you'll be very surprised that you will like this person just as much, 3 months in as you do like 3 years later, because they just continue to grow with you. They already started off really great, and you just continue to grow and experience new things and have fun together and really take pleasure in life together. And I think that's the really important thing coming through here is that this person wants you to experience pleasure, both in your like day-to-day life, you know, finding things to be excited about, finding new experiences, being surrounded by beauty and love, but also pleasure in like a carnal sense. I will leave that to the imagination. And that's really coming through also in this Knight of Wands card, which to me is kind of, this person is like one of the most attractive people in tarot. So this is definitely someone that you will find extremely physically attractive. And I think that the physical chemistry between you two is going to be really, really good. And I also think that this person probably enjoys traveling, and they enjoy learning. They might not necessarily be like book smart, like they're not professorial, but they're someone who really enjoys the process of learning. They like hearing new anecdotes, they like trivia, they like things like that. And the first archetype card here is King, which says enlightened, benevolent leadership benefiting those in your charge. So definitely I'm getting that for, 99% of you. This person does have a very masculine energy. And as I said, I feel like they just continue to get better as you spend more time with each other, because they really do have a compassionate nature, but they also have a leadership quality, and they have like a self-confidence and a self-possession that you find very attractive. They don't seem to doubt themselves, and they're really like stable and a rock for you to come to when you feel like you're having issues, because it seems like they always have like good advice or good resources to help you get through something. Second card here is Hedonist, which says inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. So really, this is, with the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles here, I feel like this is really what this person is all about, is just finding the pleasure and the joy in life and having new experiences and finding the beauty in the day-to-day and the mundane. And I think they really imbue that philosophy within you when they come into your life, because I think it'll be something that you also start to appreciate and experience through them. And I think they also really do see the beauty and the value in you, even when you do not see it in yourself. And so they will always remind you of that. So that's very cute. Thank you, my pile threes. That is it for your reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you again. Take care. If you selected pile 4, the Knight of Swords, welcome to your reading. Your tarot cards are the Eight of Wands, the Emperor, the Chariot, the Nine of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. For your archetype cards, we got Midas or Miser and Guide. All right, my pile 4s. So who is coming towards you in love? My pile 4s, you do not have one person, you have two people here. So in the middle of your spread, we have the Chariot, and I believe that this represents you. So for a lot of you, you could be a Cancer or have a prominent Cancer placement in your natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But the Chariot here, if you look at this card, there's kind of two horses faced in opposite directions. And the Chariot really is a card of victory, but it's also a card that can indicate having to make a choice. Which side do you choose in order to be victorious? What's the best way to go? And the good thing about this card is that it is representative of cardinal sign, which is a leader. So I think you will make the correct choice. But as I said, there's two choices on either side of this card. The first one is this Emperor figure, and the second one is the Knight of Pentacles. So we'll talk about the Emperor first. So this person, they could be older than you or be in a position of authority over you. So someone maybe that you work with who has a higher position than you, or something like that. They could be a boss at their own job. And this person could be an Aries, or I'm getting a little less strongly a Gemini, or have a prominent Aries or Gemini placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But this person, as I said, has a lot of leadership qualities. They tend to be very bold. They go after what they want. They can be impulsive sometimes as well. They're also very smart and very intellectual, but they're not necessarily like emotionally open. I think this person can be pretty hard to read sometimes, and they tend to kind of put up walls or keep things almost like surface level. But as I said, this person probably is very intelligent, very well-spoken, very successful at what they do. And because of that, you might find this person kind of tempting because they do seem very well established and well respected. And with the 8 of Wands next to this card here, I think this person will really surprise you by messaging you or reaching out to you first. Like they're the first person to try to talk to you, or they reach out to you on social media, on a dating app first. And you're kind of surprised because you wouldn't think that this person would be interested in you in any kind of way. But they make it very clear, like from the jump, that they are interested in you. But as I said, I feel like the conversation, it feels almost like talking to, it's like, it feels like a job interview. Like, even though this person obviously is like attracted to you or likes you on some level, they are not very good at cultivating like emotional intimacy. I think it takes them a really long time to let those guards down. And they could also, to be honest, have some like mansplaining tendencies, even if they're not a man. That's just, the word for it. Someone who kind of dominates a conversation or really likes to kind of assert themselves as being like the more intelligent party. And so I do not think that you will choose this person because, as I said, I think that you will recognize, even though they do have these really nice leadership qualities and they're well respected, maybe they're very intelligent, and you can have a nice conversation with this person, you do recognize the ways in which maybe they are emotionally unavailable and maybe are trying to like move into something too soon with you. And that's why I think that you will go in the direction of this other person that's showing up for you, which is this Knight of Pentacles. So this person could be a Virgo or have a prominent Virgo placement in their natal chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But this person is very patient, very hardworking. They're very reliable, very responsible. They tend to really take their time. They can be pretty like sensual people, and you don't really have to worry about this person's feelings wavering for you in the same way as this other person who maybe kind of goes wherever their interest is piqued. So if they decide, oh, I'm really into like something else this week, then they might forget about you, versus this Knight of Pentacles person. I feel like when they approach you, they are very serious about it and they intend to kind of invest more time in you. This person does take their time though, which I think is more soothing for you than someone who kind of comes in with an immediacy, because I feel like you also kind of need to ease into the situation. And with the 9 of Cups next to it, I feel like, first of all, this person sees you as their 9 of Cups, their wish fulfillment. They see you as having all of these qualities that they find really important to have in a relationship, the qualities that make for a really emotionally intimate partnership. So honesty, trust, emotional availability, things like that. And also, I think this person has a lot of qualities for you that you find to be, on your checklist of what your ideal partner is. And so when you come together, it really does feel like a dream come true. Like, this is the kind of person that I've been waiting for, and I do see you investing more time in this person. So with the pile marker that you selected, this Knight of Swords, I really feel like this is aligned with the Emperor figure and not the Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Swords is someone who can be very impulsive, and although they are very intelligent and they're very good communicators, they sometimes lack tact, which I think is what is going to deter you from this Emperor figure, even though they may have more material things to offer in the moment than this Knight of Pentacles, who comes in more slowly, but ultimately will be more emotionally fulfilling for you in a romantic context. So the first archetype card here we have is Midas or Miser, which says entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. So I think this goes with that Emperor figure again. I think this is someone who, as I said, is probably well established, especially in their career, so they could be financially well off. And maybe they say, I would be able to spoil you or really like spend a lot of money on you, which can be, tempting, especially if you're in a place where you feel like you have a financial lack or you have experienced like dusties in the past in relationships. But I also think that this person is not really willing to offer anything beyond that. It just feels like if you were to pursue a relationship with this person, it would be almost transactional, where they're like, well, I'm giving you like the expensive dates, so you have to like sit here and listen to me and, pretend like we have a connection basically, but they're just not emotionally available in the way that I think you really want. And with Guide as the second archetype card here, I feel like, again, this goes with the Knight of Pentacles. And this card says, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. So I really feel like this person makes you feel like your connection is really spiritually guided. You definitely feel drawn to this person on a spiritual level. You feel like you are meant to connect with this person in your lifetime. And I feel like you two really help each other, push each other to grow. You're a springboard for each other's growth and emotional availability and emotional awareness. And I think because of that, this person is a much better match for you than the Emperor figure. All right, my Pile Force, that is it for your reading. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I put out a new video once a week. Thank you. Take care.